Morning. How are you all? Happy belated 4th of July and Freedom 250. I appreciate every single one of you. We have a lot to get to today. Big news live stream today. Um, I do need to set up my TikTok live stream as well. I'm wondering if I should do that. Maybe I won't include the TikTok people today. Actually, I probably won't. Just because the last couple times, yeah, I've decided live on air. I know, I'm crazy. Anyway, hello and good morning, beautiful people. I hope you all are thriving, not just surviving. It is a beautiful day to be cute and gay. We have a lot to get to today. We are going to talk all about Freedom 250, and we're going to break every single tiny little thing down. So please make sure to tune in, send some likes. I do not take at corporate money from anyone. I am not here to push any products. I'm here just to give you raw, factual information about what's happening on the ground. Course, you know me. I'm very anti-Trump in my beliefs, and I think that he's a absolute cancer to society with the way that he profits off of the office. Nonetheless, I want to always be incredibly fair, so I will just give the raw factual information, and I will share my opinion, but I make it very clear what my opinion is and how that is up for debate. What's not up for debate are the objective science, data, statistics, timeline, events, timeline of events, I should say. So, I appreciate every single one of you. We have a lot to get to today. Please make sure to send some likes. I love all of you. Happy belated 4th of July. Um, I do not see anyone jumping in here just yet, but that's okay. We are going to be talking about a lot of things. Ooh, I need to stretch. Ooh, reminder, stay hydrated. Oh, oh, oh. Stay hydrated, y'all. Ooh. Good morning, Akicha. Hello. Hello. How's it going? How's it going? At some point today, I'm gonna work on trying to improve the audio and visual quality. I think I just need to make sure and adjust the settings for my mic and my camera to then best pick up everything. I don't want there to be any delays, and I don't want there to be any mishaps. So, also, how do I sound? Does it sound okay? Am I sounding all right? Um, I see 0 concurrent viewers. That is weird. It is weird. Should I also try to set up my TikTok? I think I said I wasn't gonna do that, but maybe I should. Maybe I should. Just getting my morning coffee. That's valid. That's valid. Um, we're going to be breaking down every single tiny little thing about July 4th today in the Freedom 250 rally. So we're going to be starting off with this here. Um, because I mean, girl, it is crazy. It is crazy. We're gonna be talking all about everything with Freedom 250. So make sure to send some likes. I need to yawn once again. I don't like yawning on screen because then it's like contagious. It makes other people yawn. It makes other people yawn as well. I think I am gonna set up a TikTok live stream at the same time. We'll see how this goes. Um, give me just a second. Give me just a second. How do I set up a Tickety Talk live stream at the same time? That's a good question. As I am going live, that is a fantastic question. How was everyone's weekend? Did you all do anything fun? Did y'all do anything fun? Um, I wake up at 7:30 Central Time. Aw, you sound fine to me. Okay, good. Oh, thank you for sending the little jewels. Oh, that's so sweet. Sending little jewels. You're a jewel. You know that? Loving pineapples underscore silly. You're a jewel. You are an absolute jewel. You know what? We won't do it the TikTok crowd today. We don't need them. We don't need them. That app hates me anyway. So why don't as we are growing in here, let's make sure to send some likes. It really does help out the stream. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get right into it. If people are like, "What's going on?" Watch the live stream. We'll give you a recap. All right. So let's officially get started here. Got to visit my cousin who I hadn't seen in years. Oh, that's nice. That's nice when you get to visit family that you hadn't seen in a while. Fun fact, I'm the youngest on both sides of my family, so I'm, like, the youngest of all the youngest, so all of my extended family are either, like, adults, like, adults in their 40s, and then they'll have tiny little kids, so I have lots of nieces and nephews now. So I'm the gunkle, the gay uncle. So woo. Anyway, um, God bless the Patriot Front. Oh geez, Louise. Oh geez, Louise. We got one of those in here. All right. Y'all, please make sure to send some likes. If everyone can send 100 likes right now, it really will start off the stream great. So let me type in a little message in here, then we'll start. Good morning, beautiful people. Happy belated 4th of July to celebrate the 250. Send 250 likes if you can. Love you. Oh, love you all. Okay. Alrighty. Alrighty. Let's get started here, shall we? Okay. We're officially starting now that it's been 7 minutes. Y'all are incredible. All right. Give me a second. I'm going to clip this. Okay. So, first off, happy belated 4th of July to everyone that has tuned into the broadcast or have clicked on this video. Let's cover everything that happened within the July 4th Freedom 250 monstrosity and chaos. And of course, you know, in the spirit of American protest, of course, white supremacy decides to take hold and ruin everything because this is why we can't have nice things. To everyone, let me just say this unilaterally. To anyone who thinks that America should be a purely white nation, you are a disgusting racist, pure and simple. Okay? This country was literally founded on multiculturalism, founded on people immigrating to this country, this golden opportunity to start a new life. So, to people who are like, this needs to be a purely white nation, you're a racist POS. Sorry. It's just true. Okay? You go against the actual fabric of American democracy. And of course, we had that over the weekend in DC. So, hate group turns DC into fascist hellscape with July 4th march. Absolutely terrifying to have a white supremacist hate group, Patriot Front march, through our streets today in Washington, D.C., one human rights lawyer said. So, of course, hundreds of members of the white nationalist hate group Patriot Front descended on Washington, D.C. Saturday morning at the nation's capital, prepared to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. And here's the thing. There are these white supremacists who truly think that America should be a purely white country. Why? The whole idea of America was founded on the idea of immigration, displacing people, of course, but then also a golden opportunity to then make your new life in this land. Also, what's to gain from being a racist? What, the idea that you're somehow better than anyone else? I thought that this kind of racism idea, I thought that we got over this. I thought we've evolved in our thinking to not be so bigoted and xenophobic. And me calling out your racism, you're like, oh, that's hurting my feelings. Okay, well, your feelings are crap. Okay. If your feelings and your morality is based on dehumanizing someone else, then get a life, literally. Sorry if that hurts your feelings, but if your feelings are dehumanizing other people, then get better feelings, sweetheart. So let me actually show you what some of the pictures look like. What kind of fascist hellscape are we living in? Is what kind of fascist hellscape is happening on Pennsylvania Avenue at the Eastern Market Metro stop? These guys, seemingly all white, all men, have their faces covered and carrying shields, wearing brown. I didn't even click to open this. Also, really quickly, weren't these the same kinds of people that were so mad about wearing a mask during the pandemic? What, have they gone pro mask now? Where now they wear masks because they wanna disguise their identity? Like, and they're like, "Well, our anonymity is a right." Yeah, yeah, you can do that, but you're also a coward. You're a coward for not wanting to show your face. You're a coward for not wanting to show your face. You know why? Because you know it would be disgraceful. Anyway, I wanna show you lots of videos from this because it's bad. So here we go. Now, truth be told, when I first saw that video, I was like, okay, I don't see any white nationalist verbiage. I am not hearing any specific chants that are explicitly pro-white. When they say reclaim America, then I was like, okay, okay. So I saw this video and I was like, ugh, is this just being hyperbolic or dramatic? I heard reclaiming America and I was like, oh, okay. Let's dive into this further. So this next video is really gonna show you what the psychology is behind these people. And I'm just gonna play it bit by bit. I'll probably pause it for some commentary, but this is just insane. It absolutely is insane. Someone said the dork march. Oh, honey. The dork march. Um, yeah, yeah. I appreciate every single one of you. Please make sure to send some likes. This video needs to get some visibility. All right. The LARPing losers. Oh my god. Live action roleplay. That's what LARP stands for.
On the Washington Monument. Hey, are you guys speaking up on the record here? What do you guys think of Kash Patel for FBI director? Anybody? What do you guys think of Kash Patel for FBI director? Anyone? Kash Patel?
So I'm going to fast forward just a tiny bit through the video. The person here, I guess it's Richie McGinnis. I don't really know him too well. He is asking these people in Patriot Front about Kash Patel, who is one of the only POC people in Trump's cabinet, people of color, who is also embroiled in scandal with the Jeffrey Epstein files after previously wanting to disclose them and release them, all that stuff. Who's also been covered, who's been very much involved in the cover up of that. Nevertheless, with this being an all white group, of course, he wants to instigate and ask them about it. Now, all of these people here rejected taking or answering the question. I shouldn't say taking the bait, but answering the question. And then there was one guy who ended up wanting to actually speak. So I'm going to fast forward just a little bit here.
Anybody? What do you think of Kash Patel for FBI director? I don't know. Why? I'm just wondering. I think it's a good question. You know, I don't like the FBI. I think it's a largely illegitimate branch of law enforcement. And Kash Patel is probably, I don't know, I'm not really familiar with his background. He is Indian, though. I don't think Indians should be in charge of any of the departments of government of the United States. So there you go. Because he was foreign. He's not a foreigner. He's born in America. Yeah, but he's Indian. Plenty of people are born in America. What about your ancestors? They're American. Yeah. Yes. Born in America. Yes. But where did they come from originally? See, actually, just being born in America doesn't make you American. Born in America, it's a second generation. That's still, yeah. Your parents are naturalized citizens, and you're born in America. You're still not being a citizen.
The fact that he literally was like, yeah, he's Indian. He shouldn't be leading anything. Okay, I agree. Kash Patel should not be leading the FBI, but it's not because of his ethnicity. It should not be. Why did my ring light just change? It just went from white to like a caramel color. Hold on, let me change it back. It heard white and was like, we're not doing that. No, I don't think Kash Patel should be leading the FBI because of his corruption and his involvement with covering up for the Epstein files, not because he's Indian. The same with anyone. I didn't like Vivek Ramaswamy running for president, not because he's Indian, but because he was absolutely a pro corporate biotech guy who is only running on, I guess, like anti DEI politics. Like, so their whole framework is I don't like POC people. Ew. What? Why? Like this is the kind of reason why aliens are not interested in us. They're like, yeah, they're not really interested in fighting us. They're interested in fighting each other because of I guess this one's a white one, that one's a black one. They don't like each other. The aliens don't view us as a threat because of that. Anyway, make sure to send some likes. I want to rewind this a little bit.
What about your ancestors? They're American. Yeah. Yes. Born in America. Yes. But where'd they come from originally? See, actually, just being born in America doesn't make you an American.
Yes, it does. We have something called birthright citizenship. If you're born in America, you are American. Also, here's the thing, like sociologically and just psychologically, what is American? And who gets to decide that? To me, anyone who lives and breathes within this country and pays taxes, exists, I view, and contributes to society is an American. Now, to me, that also means that people who are undocumented, who have lived here for years, paying taxes, existing in their communities, becoming a staple, they have that Latin American grocery store. They're the people who clean your office buildings. They're the folks that are in the fields. Like people who contribute to the American economy, I argue, are Americans. If you pay your taxes and exist here, you have your kids here, everything like that. America to me is more of an idea, but see, to all of these white supremacist people, it's purely based off of skin color. I think that that's such an outdated, disgusting concept. I think that to qualify as being an American, it shouldn't be based on skin color. Why? What kind of stupid requirement is that? Also, why is your whole ideology based on racism? It's gross. Like, can't we go beyond the caveman like ages? Can't we evolve in our thinking to actually be a little bit more cognizant of our differences? And also, why is race such the biggest problem to you? That makes you sus. That makes you weird. That makes you inferior. Like the fact that you think race is so much of a differentiating factor, why don't you actually get to know people? Like, it's just so stupid. Why do you let race control your life and make you so fearful of somebody else? Like, these white supremacists become immediately suspicious of anyone based off of their race and immediately use that as a fear tactic. Like, to what end? Why are you being such a beta and terrified of somebody else that has a different skin color who looks a little bit different? Like, that's beta cuck behavior. Anyway.
Born in America, it's the second generation. That's still, yeah. Your parents are naturalized citizens, and you're born in America. You're still not being American. A citizen doesn't make you American either. It's a natural thing. What's natural about being an American citizen? Well, nationality is a natural thing. Okay, so my ancestors are half Italian, half Irish. Yeah. Do they count? Why are you shaking? I'm cold, dude. I just escaped.
Notice how he didn't even answer the question. Okay, nationality is a natural thing. Being American is a natural thing. What does that mean? What does that mean? So I guess you're not a natural American if you're not white? What? Let me just play that again real quick.
Born in America, it's the second generation. That's still, yeah. Your parents are naturalized citizens, and you're born in America. You're still not being American. A citizen doesn't make you American either. It's a natural thing. What's natural about being?
Okay, who gets to define what's natural and what's not then? What's natural and what's not? Who gets to make that decision? The president? Orange orangutan that gets lots of suntan, what is it? Paints his face all orange. Yeah, that's real natural. Like that's a real natural skin color. Like who gets to decide what is natural and not? You know?
Well, nationality is a natural thing. Okay,
so if you're okay, nationality is a natural thing. All right. So if nationality is a natural thing, then anyone born here in this nation is a natural thing. Anyone born here. So that includes everyone, regardless of skin color. Like, why do these people, why are they so obsessed with race? Get over it. Why can't we tackle something like a real problem? Like world hunger, world poverty. Why can't we tackle homelessness? Why can't we tackle giving everyone health care or education? Why can't we actually focus on the greedy billionaires, regardless of their identity? Like, this is why there are so many grifters that take advantage of right-wing people because they just prey on their racism, sexism, and homophobia in order to garner a platform. Like, dude, do something better with your time.
My ancestors are half Italian, half Irish. Yeah. Do they count? Why are you shaking? I'm cold, dude. I just skateboarded like 8 blocks. Skateboarded over here? Oh, yeah. Good stuff. Yeah. So people of European nationalities of the European race can become American. India is not in Europe though, so they cannot. What about like? Because nations are intra-racial, right? Okay. So nations are a collective of humanity which exists within racial collectives. Where does Europe end and like so Slavic states begin? Like, what about Russians? Do they count? Russia, Eastern or Western Russia is in Europe. Yeah. So what about the steppes? Like Iranian, does that count? Does Iranian count as white? Iran is not in Europe. No. Yeah. Doesn't count as white. What about Turkey? Turkey is not in Europe either. No. Okay. Yeah. What about like the Balkans? What about like Balkan countries are in Europe? Yes. Okay. I love this. Georgia? How about Georgia? Georgia is on. Can Georgians be Americans? I would say geographically, Europe ends at the Caucasus Mountains, and I believe Georgia is on the right side of the Caucasus Mountains. What about Muslims who are from Spain?
This is the thing. The preconditions for his attempted intellectual argument are if you are white, you are seen as worthy, and if you are not white, you are not seen as worthy. That's the preconditions for his thing. So the interviewer, this McGinnis dude, is like, okay, does this country count? Does this country count? Is this white enough for you? Is this white enough for you? Is this geographically appropriate or is this geographically appropriate? Why the fuck? Why the fuck does this have to matter? Why? Like what? Just to appease this guy's feelings? Why in the world does this have to be a thing? The fact that people like this exist, like, oh, you're not white enough for me. You're not white enough for me to then be within my country. Like, what? This is so stupid. And of course it's racist, but like, what do you have to gain? What do you have to gain? Are you so terrified of anyone who looks different from you that you have to fearmonger around their existence? And then you have the audacity to somehow call me a beta when you yourself are terrified of a black person existing, of a not white person not fully being white. What makes you so scared of anyone who looks different from you? Like, genuinely.
So the organization does not accept Muslims, no matter what their racial or heritage might be. So white Muslims not allowed. No. Yes. You got to check all the identity boxes. Well, yes, I believe. Well, I believe it's a foreign religion. So your group is based on identity politics. We recognize identity as a part of the human experience, which is necessary to the proper structuring of government. Yeah, absolutely. Sounds like you have something in common with Joy Reid on that. I don't know who that is. Joy Reid, MSNBC host. Okay. Well, I probably have opposing views on what I believe is the proper identity and heritage to build up the country than she does. What about Caribbeans, like native Caribbeans who moved to America? Do they count? That's not Europe. No. Like Tortola.
Let's also just acknowledge here. I love how this guy is like really trying to dive deep and like pick this guy's brain. So, okay, in this guy's mind, America is a purely white country. Remind me, Native Americans, are Native Americans white? Are Native Americans white? So the white people are destined for this land, in his view. Anyone who is European anyone who you can't go too far east in Europe because then you start to get a little bit more zesty European identities and not white purely European identities. So you don't qualify, you don't fit in. You can't get invited to the American party. You can't get invited to the American nation. Um but remind me, were the people who are Native Americans, were they white? So what entitles these people? What entitles these people to, and I'm saying this as someone who has ancestors that literally fought in the American Revolution on my dad's side. Okay? What entitles these people to then have a claim that America has to be a purely white country? Like what's their goal here? I mean, I know what their goal is, but like what's their motive here? What do they truly have to gain? Are they truly terrified of anyone who doesn't look like them? It's so stupid. And like, it is purely based on identity politics. Yet these are the same people who get mad when anyone else exercises their identity. I guarantee you that this would be the same guy who would get mad at me holding the hand of a handsome chap while walking down the street. You're like, oh, that identity politics. I have a rainbow flag, a progress flag hanging up in my apartment. Be like, that's identity politics. And what are you doing? So, like, it is purely identity politics if you're creating a nation based on purely one race. Like, anyway, it's just so stupid. Also, this guy, he's trying to like intellectualize racism, which is astounding to me. I've met people like this and they literally send chills down my spine.
If you're from Tortola, part of the Commonwealth, and you come to the United States. Immigration. Yeah, I think we could do without it. Yeah. What about Australia? Well, Australians are Europeans. It's a nation of the European diaspora. Yeah. Okay, but there are white people in Tortola too. So there could be Tortola, but they have to be white Tortola. Speaking specifically on Tortola. Yeah. You know, I think if somebody comes to Patriot Front and they say I am Tortolan, we'll look at them further. Okay. For your sake, just to make sure we're not missing anybody. What's the vetting process here? Why does everyone have their faces covered? Anonymity is a political right which we exercise because people seek to harm those that they don't agree with politically, and also it's a matter of letting you.
That's a massive case of projection coming from an all-white group where your beliefs are literally dehumanizing, excluding, and calling anyone who doesn't look like you inferior. You're like, anonymity is a political right. True. But also, the fact that you feel like you have to be anonymous because there are all these people that are like, yeah, what you're doing is dehumanizing. Doesn't that trigger any sort of self-awareness within your body to then be like, maybe what I'm doing is hurting everyone else. Maybe that's why someone would want to then out me in a sense. Do these people have any self-awareness whatsoever? No. And also, they can't place the shoe on the other foot. This is why I talk about empathy all the time. These people have no empathy toward anyone that doesn't look like them. These people have no empathy. Tell me, do you think that's a Christian thing? Do you think that having no empathy is a Christian thing? Also, I guarantee most of these people are probably self-proclaimed Christians. And who do they follow? Jesus. Was Jesus white? Was Jesus white? No. Jesus was not white. Like, Jesus was a Middle Eastern man, had caramel skin. Like, he was a swarthy individual. Like, these people's whole thing is really just a crafted narrative because they fear black guy. They fear anyone who doesn't look like them. It's childish cuck behavior when you really think about it. And they're like, oh yeah, we have to wear masks because we don't want to be outed. Why would people want to out you? Oh, it's because your whole ideology is based on hate. Yeah. Like, in a sense, this is just pure cowardice masking itself as, I guess, a pro-white freedom caucus. Like, dude. And like, think about your time. This is what this guy spends his time doing, putting forward and defending this ideology, not feeding the hungry, healing the sick, extending healthcare to everyone. No, this guy is going around deciding, "Oh, you're white enough, you're not white enough. This country's white enough. No, we can't do this these people." Like, what are you doing?
Focus on the message. Anonymity has a long history of practice in the country. Like the KKK. No, like the Sons of Liberty, like the Boston Tea Party. Benjamin Franklin, Alexander Hamilton all wrote under pseudonyms for a time. Thomas Paine, Common Sense, written anonymously.
Okay, so these people writing anonymously because they didn't want to share that they were pro America splitting off from England, that gives you the exact same justification for your white promoting, anyone POC hating ideology based on cowardice, period. I love how you're going from anyone who expresses an idea anonymously to then extrapolating that out to then promote your all white cohort of thugs. Bless your heart.
Came out public. What was that? Then he came out public. He did. Yeah, well, I'm here in the public. You're talking to me. Thomas Ryan Russo. Nice to meet you. Okay.
Houston, we have a name. Thomas Ryan Russo. Russo. Okay, so Russo, if I'm not mistaken, isn't that like a Russian name? So is he I guess I wonder if he is it'd be really astounding is if he has anyone from any of these countries, the blood of and ethnicity of anyone from the countries that he was talking about, like further west or no, further east of Europe. I wonder if he has any of the blood or ancestry of these countries that like he ends up not even qualifying in his own definition. Like, has he even thought about that? I don't know. I'm just speculating. But wouldn't that just be astounding? He's like, well, in that case, it's like, oh, well, I don't count. Like, of course, of course. Shows your whole thing is identity politics, and it's bullshit.
Cool, Thomas. Nice to meet you. I'm Richie. Richie, nice to talk to you. Richie McGinnis. McGinnis. Good stuff. Mick and McGinnis. Good stuff. And have fun with the skateboarding, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Those are our last flyers. All right. There you have it. I hope y'all got some good sound bites. The rest of the boys that want to talk.
Ew. Ew. Like, what else is there to say? Ew. Enough of that. Don't need to see his mug ever again. Like, why do these people exist? Why do these people what do they have to gain? They're like, "Oh, POC person, I fear. Oh, dehumanize. We need white people." Like, ew. Let's move on to the next part of the segment here. So, even though I just showed you this whole thing about, this one guy basically trying to defend an all white country and all of that crud, and how for the 4th of July celebration, this all white group Patriot Front decided to storm DC and some held Confederate flags. To be fair, I've not seen any in this crowd here, but I have some other videos I want to show you all. So please make sure to send some likes. I love all of you. I mean, it's just, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Okay. So I just shared this video, right? This guy who was talking about how like being American is a natural thing, and apparently you're not natural if you're not white. Yeah, real racist and dehumanizing much. Okay. Now you just watched this. If you're watching this back as a video, go and check out my other video. You just watched this. This guy literally tried to intellectualize racism and was like, this McGinnis dude was interviewing him and was like, was this country white enough, or is this country white enough for your definition? Is this country white enough for your definition? Tell me. What if someone from Tortola? What about that? What about a white Muslim? Is that acceptable? Like, trying to anyway, so Laura Ingraham, Fox News propagandist, blonde lady, basically, she was like, I call fake. I call fake. Excuse me? Excuse me? You're like, I call fake. Jeez Louise, these people are so delusional. I call fake. Looks more like Antifa in costume. Tell me, do you think that these people are Antifa? Oh, this is a deep state plot to make Republicans look bad. Why would we be doing that? Why would Democrats be doing that? Also, I just find it astounding, like, to this Thomas Ryan Russo dude. I would love for him to, like, have a conversation with Laura Ingraham, be like, no, we exist. We're an all-white group. Like, so Laura Ingraham says, I call fake. No one should be allowed to cover their faces. Okay. Like, all right. She says, I call fake. Sweetheart.
From the Washington Monument. Hey,
And there's another person that was like, no, Laura, these racists are yours. Come get them. Come pick them up from school. Oh God. Okay. Let me see if the comments are cooking here. She goes, no, no, I call fake, sweetheart. Look, as my mother would say, you can lead a horse to water, but that ain't gonna make it drink. Bless her heart. So Laura, if it's Antifa trying to make the right look bad, then you must mean that you think their messaging is bad, right? You're going on record in disagreeing with their anti-immigrant, pro-white, pro-Christian messaging, correct? Sorry, babe, not a chance. But keep trying to manufacture fake news, and we will keep calling it BS. Popular Liberal says, two of them is your husband and brother-in-law. Why don't you believe it? Your show echoes the same rhetoric every day. No accountability. It's someone else's fault. You're the victim. You're like the reincarnation of, I have no idea who that is. The typical dismissive response. Except ICE, right? Yeah, except ICE. I agree with Laura Ingraham. No one should be able to cover their face. Let's start with ICE. No one should be able to cover their faces, and ICE exists. Yeah. Ever notice how MAGA needs no evidence to believe a lie, but requires endless evidence to then believe the truth? That's a very good point. We will share lots of evidence with them and like, hey, this is why this is what this is. This isn't opinion. This is just objective evidence. And they're like, yeah, me no like he, so me no see. Like, it's so stupid. Yeah. Anti-fascist versus anti-fascist, aka Antifa. Yeah, do people not realize that Antifa literally stands for anti-fascist, which is very pro-democracy, pro-American, pro-our republic? Another petulant child educated at home? I have no idea. Same crap, different mask. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, and Patriot Front is a US-based white nationalist organization. Yeah. So, anyway, I found that astounding that Laura Ingraham's like, I call fake news. Sweetheart, that is a really sweet. You were going to pull a muscle with the amount of stretching you're going to do because that's just blatant lie. Anyway, so here's more of them marching through the streets. Oh, there's a Confederate flag. Why are these losers literally carrying a loser flag? Think about it. This all-white group is like, they must really hate America because that's what it was. The Confederacy wanted to separate from America. And you're like, yeah, we're the real Americans. Sweetheart, what? You wanted to separate from the whole country because of what? Your belief in owning slaves and using other people as property based on their skin color? And then you get mad when other people will call you a racist. They're just calling it as it is. You fear people based on their race. You treat people differently based on their race. And then you're like, don't call me a racist. I'm not a racist. Well, what do you call it when you treat people differently and discriminate based on race? Hmm? Bless their heart. Also, this picture was going viral. This image is from today. It was July 4th. A black woman sits on the DC metro as masked white nationalists prepare to march on our nation's capital. This is America's 250th anniversary. There was another person that did a really good comparison. History has always repeated itself in America. And it's sad to think about. Why can't we emotionally and ideologically get past this whole racism thing? What do people have to gain from dividing others based on race? I know I'll tell you who has to gain from it. Billionaires. You know why? Billionaires are so focused on manufacturing nonsense culture war issues and battles because hey, it's a classic smoke and mirrors trick. Let's divide and conquer. Let's get all of these people to fight each other based on attributes like race so they won't look upward and notice how we are profiting off of both of their pains. Billionaires, regardless of their ethnicity, regardless of their identity, are the real people in America that we should be not targeting necessarily, but but also like really trying to hold accountable. Billionaires should not exist. There should not be any one person that holds that much money. But the wealthy interests in this country focus on dividing people by things like race or sex or gender or sexual orientation. Why? Because it's easy for them to then get the masses to fight against each other over those differences instead of looking at the biggest differences between the working class, middle class, and the literal 99% of Americans, or I should say 95% of Americans, that are barely making ends meet versus the top 1% and the top 1% of the 1%, the billionaires. Also, I found this video astounding. So I know we've been covering it's been kind of heavy. This was just astounding. So I'm going to end this little section with something funny. Okay?
The crackers then transfer from one conveyor to another and land in neat stacks. So it's a smooth transition as the crackers move into lanes.
Let me play that one more time.
The crackers then transfer from one conveyor to another and land in neat stacks. So it's a smooth transition as the crackers move into lanes.
Okay. Here's the thing. It wouldn't be funny. It would not be funny if it was a not white person saying it, but the fact that they used probably one of those, like, how it's made videos or, like, how it's made videos in order to then create this with the background audio, that's just funny. That's just funny. Um, Also, if anyone calls me a cracker that's also white, I find that funny personally. But I don't recommend using that verbiage. It is, I guess, a term that maybe white people can claim. I would have to historically look at that. But yeah, it's I kind of laugh whenever someone calls me a cracker, especially if they're a white person. I just think it's kind of funny. But usually people will say it in a joking manner. Um, but yeah, so enough about that. Again, newsflash, these aren't Democrats. They're coward far-right lunatics who are afraid to show their faces. Yeah, I didn't realize that these people became pro-mask. Um, so these people are fine wearing a mask if it protects their racism, but they're not okay wearing a mask if it means protecting everyone else from spreading a very contagious, deadly disease during a global pandemic. Okay. And then they're like, "Don't call us out on it. That's our opinion. Your opinion is bullshit. Sorry, just saying it. Just pointing it out." Wait a minute, aren't these the same Patriot Front BITCHES who were crying and lamenting during a pandemic because they had to wear masks? Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Anyway, Okay. Oh, we're about to get to another good video. Okay. Let me clip that. I appreciate every single one of you. We have 46 people in here. Y'all are awesome. I appreciate every single one of you. To celebrate America's Freedom 250, everyone send 250 likes. It means a lot. Those are agents. I think all protests are organized on both sides. Notice, and respectfully, notice when you say I think. I think. Not I know. This is the thing. Just because you want something to be true doesn't mean it is true. Just saying. Anyway. All right, y'all. That was the heaviest part of the live, the most gut-wrenching, difficult part to process. Now let's get to the funny stuff, all right? We're covering Donald Trump's Freedom 250 all the way through. Okay, this is a mid message. My name is Scott Johnson. I do not promote any sort of products. I do not take any ad dollars. I have the default ads on YouTube. And y'all are amazing. I'm a hole in the wall production. I'm still figuring out how to do this content creator thing. I shifted over from TikTok, if you recognize me, and I appreciate all of you for being in here. I am covering everything happening with the Freedom 250 rally that happened over the weekend. And along with a little bit of Trump's Great American State Fair, all of that happening. So if you are interested in looking at a raw and unfiltered version of everything, then please make sure to tune into the stream. Please make sure to send some likes. I'll be showing you all of it, okay? I have videos that show Trump's Freedom 250 celebration in a good light, and I have videos that show it in a bad light. I have videos that show the raw, organic, actual happenings on the ground. Regardless of what you think of it, good or bad, I am going to show you all of it. So this is going to be the segment that shows everything happening, and I appreciate every single one of you. Please make sure to send some likes. All right. Bro, you got a point. I know. I got lots of points. Point after point after point after point after point. Let's go. Please make sure to send some likes. I love all of you. Okay, let me clip this here. When I say that, let me clip it. I actually will clip and start recording certain sections. That way I can post it back later as videos. Alrighty. So if it wasn't funny enough, there were some things at the Great American State Fair and Donald Trump's Freedom 250 celebration that were unfortunate, to say the least. Okay, there were threatening thunderstorms. There were downpours. There was very, very hot weather. I mean, temperatures in the 110 to 115 heat index. And of course, there were delays. There was concerns about health, all of this stuff. There were also just funny moments like this one, okay? so, so, so right before I show you this here, I saw this video this morning and I was like, oh my God. Bless their hearts, okay? Freedom 250 is America. Words. America 250, it's going well. Now, genuinely, I hope this guy is okay. But then it's just boom. Hold on. That's just bad. That's just bad. Boom. Oh my God. Honestly, that's somehow that's sometimes me without coffee, okay? I'm trying to go through life, go through my day, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, boom. This is me whenever I think that I have a hold on what's going on, and then I just, oh yeah, no. Oh yeah, no. Me whenever I think whenever I think I'm good enough for a test and then I fail. Has 24.5 million views. And also, whoever filmed this, I guess it was this Tony guy. Props to you. Props to you. Was it this? Yeah. Holy smokes. Huge crash at the Folsom Pro Rodeo. Thankfully, he walked away with no injuries. Yeah. And to be honest, this was excellent camera work. Excellent camera work. So, Of course, other people got it too. You know, they were filming. This guy was trying to probably land somewhere nearby and had a mishap. I mean, just like other videos where you watch it and people fall, it's meant to be funny. I hope he genuinely is okay. Thankfully, he walked away with no injuries, so that's good. Um, but I want to see what some of the comments have to say. The signs are everywhere. Oh yeah, like uh like part of the stage falling apart. You can see it coming down here during America Freedom 250. I hope no one got hurt, genuinely. No one is trying to celebrate anyone getting hurt, okay? You genuinely it's just funny watching people fall or watching people hurt themselves. It's just kind of funny. I'm the kind of person, me genuinely, is like I'll see someone fall and I'll laugh and then ask like, "Hey, are you okay? You need any help?" Like that's who I am. LOL, get over yourself. The skydiver was safe and jumped again the next day. um, this is some Looney Tunes stuff. Yeah. Oh my god, they're trying to claim that was there live to see this. Here's my angle from where we were seated. A few years back, he came in too low over the stands, and that weight hit a woman in the head. Ooh, yikes. I couldn't resist. Yeah, so there's a lot of those videos. Oh my god, there's a SpongeBob reference for everything. uh, yikes. Yeah, so, um, what's more American than skydiving into a chorus tent with a giant American flag? Honestly, that's a good question. Is there anything more American than that? Um, so there's lots of videos, of course. So anyway, that was one mishap that happens that's caught a lot of eyes and attention. So anyway, I can see how the boys had a hard time writing satire when this is what happened in real life. Yeah. So that was one mishap, but also there were a couple other mishaps. As I mentioned, why is it lagging here? Hold on. As I mentioned, there were evacuations, there were delays because of weather, there was a really, really high heat index. So let me read a little bit here and then I'll play this video. Thunderstorms and scorching triple digit temperatures forced the Great American State Fair and Donald Trump's Freedom 250 simultaneous events in Washington, D.C. to temporarily suspend events in order to evacuate attendees on Saturday afternoon. The postponement came just hours before Donald Trump, president, is set to give a big 4th of July speech in the nation's capital to honor USA's 250th birthday. Trump raved about the incredible crowds that have flocked to DC for the fair on Saturday. And I'm not going to deny that they were probably sizable. And said that the heat has been as and said the heat hasn't been as bad as predicted. Now, I don't know what the predictions were, but I mean, it was still pretty bad. His post about the heat followed by the fair temporarily being shut down on Friday because of the brutal weather. Yeah, so he's like, it's not that bad, it's not that bad, and then all of a sudden it gets shut down. That's uh does Donald Trump even believe Donald Trump? That's a good question. Mother Nature smacked the fair again on Saturday with a high temperature of 104 degrees and lightning spurring the latest postponement. And I'm also just going to say this. With global climate change, temperatures are rising. Weather is getting more erratic. Not to say that there has not ever been erratic weather, but I actually have a degree in sustainable development and political science. I will tell you, the more fossil fuels that we put into the atmosphere, the more that our greenhouse effect is going to insulate that heat. The more heat that's insulated, the more that our climate will continue to change. The reason why fossil fuels are so bad is because of this greenhouse effect. The atmosphere has this shield around it that then traps heat. So heat continues to build up and build up the more fossil fuels that we burn. Their emissions trap that heat in. That's why climate continues to change. Now, they used to call it global warming, but with fossil fuels, it has different disparate changes depending on location. So they decided that climate change is a better way to phrase it. And I'm telling you that the more that we pump more oil and gas emissions into the atmosphere, the warmer Earth is going to get and the more haphazard weather is going to be. So it is also just so immaculately written that an oil and gas real estate mogul like Donald Trump becoming president, and on America's 250th birthday, you have very haphazard weather, which has partially been fueled by increasing emissions. That's not to say that there hasn't been haphazard weather throughout American history or global history. But when you look at scientific trends and data, it gets worse the more fossil fuels we put into the atmosphere. And even if you think that climate change is a hoax, which is stupid because that's a belief rooted in, I guess, what you want to be true rather than what is true, clean energy has so many benefits economically, socially, but also environmentally for all these other things other than climate change. Clean water and clean air. Not to say that clean energy, by the way, isn't 100% clean, but it is so much better than other forms of energy when it comes to environmental destruction, but also economic advancement. Clean energy is really good economically, but of course, Trump doesn't like it because he has all of his oil and gas investments. Anyway, CNN data meteorologist Derek Van Orden reported live from the scene on Saturday afternoon. He reported that PA announcer told attendees to evacuate immediately because of severe weather, before then pointing at the Air Force One as it flew overhead. Some attendees in the background cheered as the president's plane flew by. Van Dam, oh, I said Derek Van Orden. That's like a congressman. Sorry. Derek Van Dam. Daniel. Get it with the white vines. Sorry, that's an old Vine reference. Some attendees in the background cheered as the president's plane flew by. Van Dam seemed concerned the attendees weren't taking the evacuation notice seriously. There's a lot of excitement here. People are not clearing out like they should be. Big thunderstorms are near. The event is postponed until further notice. So yeah, they basically said, "Hey, we got to postpone this," and a lot of people are like not sure where to go. So this is
CNN's 4th of July special. You're looking live at the National Mall in Washington, D.C., where there is currently a big weather delay. We're hoping that the storms pass, but the
so to be fair, this is a sizable crowd, but it's probably not as big as what Trump initially wanted. I mean, also people have probably evacuated, so it might have been bigger.
skies are dark.
Might have been bigger beforehand, but when it comes to this, like I'm surprised it's not bigger.
And we can bring you the nation's capital's massive fireworks display later on tonight. Right now, though, a delay in place because the weather not looking great.
Yeah, the heat and there's a potential for thunderstorms. We see the crowds are still there. Let's check it out with CNN meteorologist Derek Van Dam, who is there in those crowds.
So I'm not going to play this video all the way through, but it basically just shows that, like, yeah, people were told to evacuate and then they didn't. I'm going to show you an on the ground video that actually explains it way better. Okay, this. Now, before I play this video, do you all know who Emily Miller is? Before today, I did not. But you're going to want to know who she is, all right? Make sure to send some likes. Let me play you this raw, organic video.
I'm on the National Mall for President Trump's Salute to America for America 250. I was so excited to get a ticket. Everything's going great. And then this huge storm's coming in, and they told everybody to evacuate. But nobody knew what that meant because we're like, how do you evacuate a mall? And so nobody really did it. We all kind of just hung out, and it's not raining yet, so nobody really understood what's going on. And then a bunch of really psycho people, my fellow citizens, started running to the seats crazy, as if they're running away from something, which was my first instinct about the whole situation. I'm eating potato chips that somebody left half empty because I'm not hungry. So when that
Wait a second. Wait. She picked some potato chips that were half eaten off the ground. Oh, survival instincts. I mean, look, I'm not gonna say that I wouldn't have done the same thing if I was starving, but honey, wow, that really goes to show you how successful this event has been. Like, oh, honey, this is a pro-Trump person. I have plenty of videos of her that show, the event, of course, in a good light, but this here, like, oh, honey, hold on, let me back that up, okay? So she basically says that people were told that they had to evacuate and they didn't. There was confusion. Then the weather stopped and it wasn't bad. And then they had to evacuate anyway. Like, wait, what?
on the National Mall for President Trump's Salute to America for America 250. I was so excited to get a ticket.
A lot of people there.
Going great. And then this huge storm's coming in, and they told everybody to evacuate. But nobody knew what that meant because we're like, how do you evacuate a mall? So nobody really did it. We all kind of just hung out, and it's not raining yet, so nobody really understood what's going on. And then a bunch of really psycho people, my fellow citizens, started running to the seats, crazy, as if they're running away from something. This was my first instinct about the whole situation. I'm eating potato chips that somebody left half empty because I'm not hungry. So when that happened, it really freaked out the Secret Service, and they're behind me, so I'm gonna keep walking.
Me picking up a potato chip bag off the National Mall and eating the remaining potato chips inside freaked out the Secret Service. Is that what she just said? Oh, honey.
I'm told by a law enforcement official that they're going to start gassing people because people got trampled. It looks like it was going to happen, and it did happen. And anyway, so then they got really forceful about the evacuation situation, and like we're really yelling at people to get out of here. So I'm getting out of here because they're mad, and I really.
Yeah, this is really organized. This whole thing has been such a success. Been so organized and so well immaculatedly like conditioned. 100%, there's no confusion. There's there's no mixed messaging. Attendees are having really good options for food. Really good options for food. I mean, there's on the ground potato chips, half-eaten bags. I mean, it's all you can eat. All you can eat.
Because they've given us some government buildings to go to, like the African American Museum, which is a couple blocks that way, or Reagan Building, which is a couple blocks that way. I know. I'm on my way out. Yep. Okay. So I gotta actually just get out the perimeter right now, and as long as you're behind the fence, you should be fine. Behind the fence, I'll keep going. Thank you. Okay. I will report back. I have some really cool video I took today that of the flyover that's starting. I really think we'll get back to this.
So that's a raw and organic video of something that also happened. The weather delays and stuff like that. This person, of course, thought it was so funny, which I find it hysterical. Also, Emily Miller put together this video. Again, this woman that we just saw, she, I believe, used to be on OANN, One American News, which is a far right-leaning news channel, propaganda. And she put together some videos of what this Great American State Fair / Freedom 250 thing looked like. And so she put together this 3-minute video. Trump's explosive perfect 4th of July. Perfect, that's for you to decide. My report of the flyover evacuation protest, lockout, superfans, street drama, fireworks, thrills, and aftermath. So let me... No sitting in chairs! Okay, there's so much in this video that it's gonna be hard for me to pause it, so I'm just gonna let it go, and then I'll pause and comment and just share some of my thoughts. You can disagree with them. But, like, first off, I love how that Secret Service agent is like, "No sitting in chairs! Get up, you gotta evacuate! No sitting in chairs." Oh, that's like, of course, it's good that the government was trying to protect people, from bad weather and stuff like that, especially being on the National Mall. If there's a severe threat of thunderstorms, you know, um, you could get struck by lightning, and that would be a really bad thing. So, I understand the evacuations. So, but it was a little bit haphazard, you have to admit. Also, there was a guy that was wearing Native American garb. I really hope he was Native American because that would be cultural appropriation if not. But I would not be surprised if he was white.
No sitting in chairs. Let's go.
I didn't either. I thought they were telling us. Okay, so you're just gonna.
Protests against evacuation?
Thank you. We are being forced to evacuate.
That man's face. Oh, that really tells you everything you need to know. Hold on. That man's face is telling you everything you need to know, America. America, that is telling you everything you need to know about how this went. Oh. And I just feel bad. I mean, here's the thing. I can't stand Trump. I think he's a danger to democracy. He's profiting off of the office, personal enrichment for himself, of course, all of that. Starting wars, leading to Americans' financial situations getting worse, all of that. It's good that, the government was trying to protect people by an evacuation. Evacuation is a precautionary mechanism to protect people, right? So you're like, "Oh, it's not raining. Don't tell me to evacuate." It's a precautionary mechanism. So, what? Are you gonna wait to then get bombed to then start taking shelter from bombs? Are you gonna wait to then be like in the middle of a big thunderstorm before you take shelter from a big thunderstorm? The precautions are there to protect people so no one gets hurt. Better safe than sorry, right? So I love how there were protests against the evacuations, and seeing this here, imagine going to the event and then having to get stuck with the evacuation. That would just suck. It's the same thing with, like, concerts or same thing with, bigger events. That's unfortunate. Now that's cool, not even gonna lie. Seeing, like, the Washington Monument with the freedom thing, that's pretty cool. So, before I get to showing you the rest of that video because it goes into the night, um, this was a perfect encapsulation. They're told to evacuate and everyone's walking in different directions. Everyone's walking in different directions like, "Where do I go?"
I didn't either. I thought they were telling us. I didn't hear every single word. I didn't either. I thought they were telling us. I didn't hear every single word. I didn't either. I thought they were.
Do we have anything going on in the chat? Let's see. Release all the Epstein files. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Oh, we have 113 people in here. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are awesome. So here's another video from the events here. Now, National Guard troops are flipping picnic tables on the National Mall as motorcycle police instruct the crowd to evacuate the Great American State Fair. Not gonna lie, that's pretty effective trying to get people to evacuate, because people will want to sit down and be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna kind of like loiter here because I don't know what's happening." Um, so flipping over the picnic tables is actually smart.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are leaving the fair. There are no ifs, there are no ands, and there are no buts. We have to leave. You are going to proceed to one of the four emergency exits. Time now. If you have not started making movement and preparation to do so, you need to do it now. You're going to one of the two at 12 or one of the two at 7. But everyone here is going to one of the two at one of those two. Let's go.
I mean, trying to evacuate people, it's like herding cats. So I'm sure that it was an ordeal. Um, I mean, I'm not surprised that it was one guy. Maybe it was just this one guy on this one part of the National Mall. Um, it's one guy with a microphone telling people to leave. I would hope they would have a more substantive protocol put in place, maybe that it was more organized than that. But it's Trump's administration, so probably not. But let me continue. Oh, well, there you go. That's JD Vance over the speakerphone or megaphone. Okay.
Please, it's for your safety. Please and thank you. We will reopen later. Thank you. Please evacuate the park. It's for your safety.
Is that guy just filming him? Like, why does he have to be right there? Like, why does this guy have to be right there? Being that close, you're not going to get a good shot. Like,
Your attention, please. Due to approaching severe weather, we are temporarily pausing the event. For your safety.
wait, why did this guy set the table back up? Oh, well, I guess he was doing that to, I don't know. But again, um, there was again confusion. So the event itself, there was a lot of confusion over whether they needed to evacuate or not, again, from her video. But I'm going to move on here because there was some other really, sorry, hush. There were some really, really cool things that also happened. And I'm just saying it as it is. Um, I want to finish watching this person's video here.
To evacuate.
Everything's to the east of the shelter.
That guy's face. Is it raining?
We need police. Please help. Where are the police? Seeing blood on the ground and stuff. This weather. 11:10. I'm told the president is in hold, so he's on site there.
Here's my conclusion. From watching videos, it seemed like this whole thing was really chaotic. Really chaotic. This whole thing, in my view, seemed like it was a disaster. And not necessarily because of, like, it wasn't by their fault necessarily. I feel like it was any big evacuations of any big event is bound to be a little bit haphazard. It really is. Um, and, you know, you can't control the weather, you can't control the heat, but I feel like they could have been way more organized and had protocols set in place, but, you know, it's like herding cats. Trying to evacuate people, it's a lot because people are gonna emergency management is tough from what I'm able to gather, just being fair. And people go into their fight or flight mode instincts and will do whatever they feel they need to. So, you know, it's tough when you're trying to manage that, just to be fair. Um, we would probably be the only normal people in the room, LOL. um, what's the name? What's his name? I'd love to meet your dad. Who, mine? Who, mine? Why does that matter?
I'm at my wit's end. I am at my wit's end. President speaking.
Where am I? I'm at my wit's end. That's what she said. I'm at my wit's end. I don't even know either, sweetheart. I don't even know either. Not gonna lie, I mean, possibly being drenched, waiting outside in long lines, confusion, I would probably be a little frustrated, you know? Lack of organized messaging. I mean, it sounded like it was kinda all over the place. I mean, part of being there and the excitement is, you know, part of the, I guess, experience, but whew, if anything, my conclusion is it went a lot like this. Hold on, why is it buffering? Boom. I hope he's okay. But, like, that's my takeaway from how this event went. Not necessarily because of, you know, their fault. I mean, I don't think they helped. The emergency management was really all over the place. And it seemed very disorganized. The weather, the heat, the thunderstorms, the confusion, all the people, all the festivities, the mixed messaging, not knowing what's going on. This is a perfect metaphor for it. All hyped up, all amazing, and boom. So, yeah. I want to clip that there. I appreciate every single one of you. We have 103 people in here. For those of you who are new here, hello. My name is Scott. I am a political news journalist. I appreciate every single one of you. I'm here just to give you the raw factual information of what happened on the ground. So I'm just going to lay it all out. Of course, I am someone who's very progressive. I'm a Mamdani style person. I'm just looking at this and I'm like, just calling it as it is. There are videos that show this event in a good light, and there are videos that show this event not in a good light. So I'm just laying it all out there. It was really just, you know, this event was really delayed because of the weather, the thunderstorms, the rain, the heat index. There was a lot of cool programming from what I was able to see, but you know, with the evacuations and the maintaining people's safety, it was a lot. But I want to show some of the next videos here. I appreciate every single one of you. If you are enjoying the live stream, please send some likes. It really does help out the stream. I do not take any corporate money. I do not push any products. I don't have any sponsors or anything like that. I'm just a little hole in the wall production, just giving you news and analysis. Here to give you the factual information. If you agree with my opinions, great. If you don't, that's fine. Whatever. But what's not up for debate are the objective facts, data, science, statistics, facts on the ground, the timeline of what happened. So I want to show you some other videos from the event here. So this is kind of cool, not even gonna lie. They projected videos on the Washington Monument.
It's so cool. It tells the story of American history. And I watched it once through, and I'm watching it once back again. If you could get down here, highly recommend kind of see it while you can for America 250.
Not even gonna lie, that's cool. I'm low-key surprised that I wonder if there were right-wingers that were very, very, outraged seeing this, because I feel like a lot of right-wingers are very much, bound to conspiracy theories, and I know many of them don't think that we actually landed on the moon, so I wonder what their reaction was to this. Is this a woke segment? Does this make it woke? I mean, that's pretty cool, you have to admit. So, they projected screens on the Washington Monument, and I'm not sure how they would have done that, to be honest. Um, I wonder if they had the screens, like, close up towards the base of it and then projected it upwards. Like, I don't know how that would have worked, but I thought that was kinda cool. So let's see. There are a couple other things that I wanted to point out here. The projection has happened before. Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's cool. Let me clip this here. Give me a second. Let me clip this here. So yeah, I thought this was really, really cool, seeing it all lit up like this.
I'm at the Washington Memorial, and it's all lit up. It's so cool. It tells the story of American history. And I watched it once through, and I'm watching it once back again. If you could get down here, highly recommend kind of see it while you can for America 250.
I mean, that's pretty cool, and I'm gonna lie. Like, I can't stand Trump. I can't stand he's profiting off of the government and billions of dollars, but this is cool. And again, as I said earlier, I'm surprised that they ended up airing this because I feel like a lot of right wingers are in the conspiracy realm of, oh, we didn't actually land on the moon. Like, and I wonder if they think this is a woke segment. You say that the projection has happened before. I did not know that, but that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Some other things.
They said that
This is from Emily Miller, again, someone who's a very far right wing person, and these were her experiences on the ground. So I'm just giving it to you raw and organic as it is.
Okay, here's an update. I'm at the line with the supposed tickets that I have a seat, and you can't get in. They said that I spoke to someone who's part of Freedom 250. She said that the so-called, I don't know what's called, seated or token people, it has no more. So it is a horrible scene out here, I will say. I mean, granted,
Wait a minute. Hold on. You bought a seat ticket. You bought a ticket and then you weren't able to get in? Girl, that sucks. I can't stand Trump, of course. You know me. He's profiting off of the office. He's a wannabe fascist and dictator. He's doing awful things, starting wars that no one wanted, and like skyrocketing the price of everything. Nevertheless, like that would suck if you bought a ticket and then you can't even see it. I mean, that's perfect encapsulation of Trump itself. He's a grifter. He's a grifter. That being said, though, that would suck. You buy a ticket to then go and see, and then you can't get seated. If that happened to me at a rally for a candidate that I liked, I would be really frustrated. Now I wouldn't go full Karen. I'd be like, "Hey, like this is not cool." But still, like that would suck.
okay, here's an update. I'm at the line with the supposed tickets that I have a seat, and you can't get in. They said that I spoke to someone who's part of Freedom 250. She said that the so-called, I don't know what's called, seated or token people, it has no more. So it is a horrible scene out here, I will say. I mean, granted, everybody's very excited, but I just saw a man fall and he's bleeding on the ground. It's really sad, and my mom was not so done. I'm just done. There's no way I will see the president speak at this point. it's just flowering people, and they're really fast. Now, these people are drunk. It's late. It's 11:10. I'm told the president is in Hull, so he's on site there. I don't really know how that happened without us hearing the motorcade, but whatever. I mean, I will. Maybe I'll get a bike. That's what I'll do. I'll get a bike, and I'll see if I can get supposedly the 14th Street entrance is possible to get into. However, you can't cross 14th Street. You can only cross at 7th. I'm at 15th. That's a mile. So, all right.
Yeah, this event wasn't disorganized or wasn't tragic at all. Girl, like the fact that she bought a ticket to see the president, which I can't stand, you know him. You know me. I can't stand him. But that sucks. And then like she's like, I'm so done. But this is a perfect encapsulation of like what you voted for and what you get. Donald Trump does not care about anybody. Donald Trump is in it for himself. That's all he cares about. He cares about anything that just promotes him or what he brands as his doing. Like he doesn't care about anyone. He's explicitly said it over and over. Why would he care that people who bought tickets to see him didn't even see him? Like it's anyway. And how disorganized it is, I'm not surprised. When you put a whole bunch of clowns in charge of government, it's going to turn into a circus. Now this was also another video that I found interesting. So please make sure to send some likes here.
This is just a special moment. I was biking home and wanted to just check on the Lincoln because it was closed all day. You know, I need to check on it every day, and I'm the only one here.
I had to check on the Lincoln, like the Lincoln Memorial, like himself standing sitting the statue, or the reflecting pool. She's been checking on it every day. Interesting. I mean, I would be doing the same thing if I lived in DC.
It's so cool. And I'm gonna try to. I'm not very good at figuring out how to switch the camera around, but I want you to see.
I'm not very good at trying to switch the camera around, yet she's a prolific content creator. Sweetheart, do you expect me to believe that? Does she mean while filming?
The beauty of the reflecting pools. I don't have to do it from behind me. Could you die? Look at the Freedom lit up. Look at that perfect reflection. Perfect. Mirror.
Could you die? Oh my god. Imagine going over to someone and be like, could you die? Now to give credit, yes, it is reflecting. Of course, it is a giant monument. You would expect a little bit of a reflection.
Finish, as they say.
Interesting. Now, okay, there was a fireworks show. Here's where we get to the even here's where we get to another wild part, okay? Here comes the fireworks show. I'll be posting the 4th of July fireworks content for the rest of the summer because it was that amazing, all right? Here's a video from it. This shows it in a good light. That's a lot of fireworks. Wow. Yeah, like that's a lot of fireworks. But this is also another video of what it looked like. Look at all of that smoke. And you can see the other fireworks up there. My favorite types of fireworks are the ones that are golden and they rain down, so that's cool. But I will tell you, everything about these fireworks, it wasn't always 100% easy to see. So
I found an old friend and got to see fireworks from a rooftop. So happy 4th of July, everyone.
So these, of course, show the fireworks in a good light here. You can see them in the background, how pretty they are. Like, that's cool. That's cool. But there were also other parts of the There were also parts of the fireworks that, let me just show you. Okay, that's all pretty. That's all pretty. Cool. Like, that's awesome. This is the video I wanted to show you. You can't even see the fireworks. They set off so many that you can't even see them when they're up in the sky. Oh my god. So, to any photosensitive viewers, I should have given a disclaimer. I apologize. This is what it looked like early into the night, okay? This is what it looked like early into it. It's pretty, okay? It's pretty. That's awesome. You know, shows all of this happening. That's cool. Okay? But they set off so many in the same spot without waiting that it ended up just looking like DC got absolutely nuked. Like, look at this. You can't even see them going off because of all the smoke. Like, what? How many fireworks do you think they actually ended up setting off? Put it in the chat below. It looks like they're bombing the sky. Oh my god. You see they're going up and you don't even see them explode because of all the smoke. You can't even see. This looks like pollution. That's massive pollution there. Yikes. And now they're doing it. Ooh, ooh. Oh my god. Oh my god. You can see some of them, but it's hard to see. It's hard to see. Someone said that's only one person's view, though. I guarantee that if you were to go over other rooftops, it would be the same thing, honey. You're like, oh, that's only one person's view. Honey, this smoke is there for everyone to see. Like, I don't know what honey, oh, bless your heart. So this is another video here. Like, it looks nice. This is nice. It's like they're trying to bomb the sky. They dropping off a Hiroshima-style bomb on the sky. I mean, just like, how can you absorb the beauty if you just blow up the sky? Hold on, let's see if the comments are cooking here. DC experiences code red air quality after massive fireworks display. I'm not surprised. Yeah, see, if you're going to do fireworks, you have to pace them out. You have to pace them out so so the smoke has enough time to clear and go with the wind down a certain direction so you can still see the next one that's shot off. If you if you do so many all at once, you're not giving the smoke enough time to clear. Like, I know it might be cool to do all of it so much at once. Also, imagine the hearing damage of some people. Like, imagine how loud it must have been. I hope people had earplugs. So, I mean, that's pretty. That is pretty for sure, but that must have been earlier on. So again, like, depending on the videos that you saw, it can show you one thing or another. And that's why you always have to be very cognizant of what you see on the internet. You have to be very clear on, like, oh, something might look like a certain thing. So just to put it in perspective, like, they were pretty. But then they did it so much towards the end, especially, that you couldn't even see anything. And it looks like they just nuked the sky. Looks like they just nuked the sky. And also, by the way, for those people who who do not know, of course, it's kind of common knowledge. Oh my god. Fireworks are not great for the environment. Just saying. Like, it's 4th of July, that's cool, but it's also just important to be cognizant that fireworks cause also a good amount of pollution. Just pointing that out. I don't know if they create non-polluting fireworks, or if there is a more green alternative made with more, like, I don't know, environmentally friendly products. I don't know. I also don't know if they would be, have the same oomph. But nevertheless, I just want to point out that air quality is probably really bad today and yesterday. So yeah. Yeah. Guessing the DC fireworks show was also a no bid contract. End the show by making it look like the Capitol was nuked. So yeah. Yeah. I feel like, I mean, that's very America. America! So yeah, that. Oh, and here's the last part. Firework cleanup at the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool. That was yesterday morning. Now, I don't know if they were setting off the fireworks near the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool, or if the fireworks, like, leftover crud was just falling around there. I'm not sure, to be clear, but yeah, all of the smoke, it's possible that it decided to, like, absorb into the water, and then they have to filter it out again. I'm not quite sure. But this is what the damage looked like. Yikes. I've not even seen this video all the way through. That's a lot to clean up. That's a heck of a lot to clean up. Danger explosives. Did you see that sign? Hold on. Danger explosives. So I guess maybe they did set it off near the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool. Automated personnel only. Yeah, I can imagine that there was so much trash to cover up. Yep, there's more algae in there, it looks like. They'll probably have it cleaned up at some point. But yeah, so, I mean, there was a lot of damage to clean up. A lot of damage to clean up. So, all right. Let me clip that, and then we're going to move on to the next segment here. I appreciate every single one of you. You all are amazing. Even if you don't like me, do we have any cool chats in here? I call you Pickle Boy Roy. What in the world? Who is this weird Tito guy? What are you doing in here, dude? Oh, we got Tito. Tito, are you misbehaving in the chat? Are you being obnoxious? Okay, dude. Don't be obnoxious. Don't be obnoxious. Don't be provocative. Don't be drama seeking. Don't be nasty. Okay. You're a better person than that. Unless you're not. But I won't kink shame. Getting dog walked in the comments of a YouTube live doesn't work for you. Oh, honey. Um, there it is. More of the mask dropping. Min, I'm a centrist. Yeah. Um, Bless you. You're really inventing positions and getting mad about it. I don't know what that's all about. Sorry, Scott. Tito is misbehaving. That's okay, Jay. If mods, if you decide that Tito needs to be muted, then we can. But in the meantime, yeah, me and Rum got this thing going on. Tito, let's behave. Otherwise, you'll get sent to the corner, or you'll have to be booted out of the class. Don't be misbehaving. I don't know who you are. Um. So anyway, guys, I'm a centrist. I just like to talk like a MAGA. Yeah, and use MAGA talking points. Okay, well, let's move on to the next thing here, shall we? Okay, so. Of course, the weather was bad. There was heat. They had to cancel. There were evacuations. I can cancel those out there. And there was that hate march. Oh, yeah, we talked about that. Um, okay, let's start here, shall we? Let's move on to the next segment. We have 93 people in here. Y'all are awesome. Please make sure to send some likes. It really does help out the stream. I am not someone that pushes products. I am not someone that has corporate sponsors. I'm here just to give you information about what has happened. Just giving you the raw factual data, science, statistics, breakdown of everything that's been happening, going through the headlines and understanding and breaking things down with historical accuracy, and then also being critical about it, fostering our whole understanding of politics based on critical thinking, but also empathy. And so I appreciate every single one of you. If you're going to be obnoxious, you will be removed from the chat. Sorry, there are consequences to your actions. You have the freedom to say something awful, but you don't have and you have the right to say something awful, but that doesn't mean you're not going to face the consequences if you say something nasty. Okay, cool. I appreciate every single one of you. Let's move on to the next part of this Freedom 250 craziness. I love all of you so much. All right. Okay. So, in the midst of the full fireworks debacle that I talked about, the man crashing on the Great American State Fair and the skydiving and crashing, the weather delays, the evacuation, the botched evacuation, and the heat being really, really bad, the mixed confusion all over the place, people that wanted to go in and see Trump that had tickets and all that couldn't get there. Yeah. Of course, Donald Trump really cares about crowd size because he gets really insecure about sizes of things as he's looked down between his legs several times. Trump crows about the July 4th crowds after dismal attendance at the Great American State Fair. So President Donald Trump celebrated the incredible crowds that flocked to Washington, D.C. Saturday to celebrate the United States' 250th birthday. Despite recent reports of the brutal heat along the East Coast, which partially, contributed by climate change and our huge dependence on fossil fuels, creating the greenhouse gas effect, which is then making our planet warmer and leading to the climate changing, becoming more ravenous and more big storms and all of that stuff. That makes me a woke scientist by pointing out facts. Sorry. So despite the recent reports of the brutal heat along the East Coast, which has hampered the Great American State Fair and led to underwhelming attendance. So the weather causing some attendance to dwindle, not necessarily because Trump is unpopular, but of course that does not help. Trump's comment was made on a Truth Social post celebrating the 4th of July. Let's open this up. What did he say now? Despite the heat, which isn't as bad as predicted, I don't know. I would have to double check that. I don't know what was predicted, to be fair. Despite the heat, which isn't as bad as predicted, the crowds in DC are incredible. Where are my hands? I need my hands to do my impression. You've never seen a better Trump impression without the hands. The love of our country has never been stronger. The air shows are at a level never seen before. What great pilots, what great equipment. See all of you later speaking at 10 p.m. at the Lincoln Memorial. The reflecting pool looks great. Not after that fireworks show, I'll tell you that. It looks like crap because all that smoke and crud got in it. At the Lincoln Memorial, the reflecting pool looks great despite all of went through with the vandal thugs. Or could it be your incompetence? Because when you put a paint stripper and when you pour that to the hydrogen peroxide to try and attack the algae, yeah, you're gonna lead to the paint stripping on the pool. But he doesn't have any self-awareness. Or he just tries not to. I don't know. We'll quickly drain and fix the damage done by these right after the big weekend. Happy Independence Day. So, yeah, interesting. So that's what he posted. His post about the heat not being too terrible comes a day after the fair had to be temporarily shut down because of the weather. Due to the heat and in coordination with public safety officials, the Great American State Fair will be temporarily closed until 5 p.m. today, the Freedom 250 organization posted on Friday. The safety and well-being of our guests, volunteers, performers, vendors, and staff is our highest priority. So, the heat and the weather, of course, was a big hindrance there. Washington, D.C. was hit with triple-digit heat on Friday, and those sweltering conditions carried over to the 4th of July weekend. The Weather Channel predicted a high of 104 degrees at the nation's capital on Saturday, with thunderstorms to boot. The heat hasn't helped attendance at the Great American State Fair, which is running from June 25th to July 10th. Oh my God, wait, so this thing is still going on? This thing is still going on? I did not realize the Great American State Fair was going past July 4th. Anyway, oh geez Louise. I want to talk about Donald Trump's speech now. So in an Independence Day Eve speech, Trump warns of communism, then promotes one-party rule. So he's bragging about crowd sizes, which aren't as big as they could have been because of the weather, to be fair, which the weather partially fueled by climate change because more fossil fuels we put in the atmosphere, the warmer it gets, the more crazy storms we're going to have. It's just science. I'm sorry if that makes me woke by pointing out facts, then guilty as charged. Quote, if we terminate the filibuster as we should do and immediately vote for the Save America Act, then we will not lose an election for 100 years. So you're claiming that you want to, I guess, benefit your own party by the Save America Act? Yeah, we don't live in a communist like these people are trying to get mad at people promoting freedom, like democratic socialists trying to fix the structure of our nation to not have it rigged for billionaires, and they're like, "Oh, that's communism." Yet these people literally want to change and strip people from being able to register even to vote. Yeah, bless their hearts. President Donald Trump spent his address to the United States the night before its 250th birthday, fear-mongering about the communist menace, and suggesting that his Republican Party should govern the nation for a century. America will never be a communist country. There's a difference between communism and socialism, you idiot. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He says whatever he does to get a crowd. That's who Donald Trump is. He thrives on the shock value. He thrives on his egotistical, narcissistic tendencies. America will never be a communist country, he said from Mount Rushmore, South Dakota, Friday night. We can only lose the midterms if we allow ourselves to lose the midterms. So you wouldn't lose by people not voting for you? If we are foolish, stupid, and unwise, like voting for a narcissistic, corrupt clown buffoon like we have as president? But if we terminate the filibuster as we should do and immediately vote for the Save America Act, then we will not lose an election for 100 years. His remarks clearly implied a false link between communism and the Democratic Party and promoted a bill that critics say will make it harder for millions of eligible voters to participate in elections. For those people who do not know, you have to register to vote. In order to register, you have to be a citizen and provide ID. Now, me personally, I think there should be automatic voter registration for everyone who is already an American citizen. Period. In this country, you have to register to vote. And I personally think that provides a hindrance because I worked on voter registration. That's actually something that I did. I ran voter registration drives as a quality control person. Registering to vote, there are hurdles that are put in place. Instead, I think that there should be an automated system. The automated system, you heard me, I sound really Southern, that if you're an American citizen, you can go and vote. Now, here's the thing. You're like, well, doesn't that mean that people will try to vote in your place and all that stuff? It's easy to flag that because they have a database that catches people so quickly. If you try to vote multiple times, you are arrested. Like you try to do that, you get caught so quickly. There are not people who are undocumented voting either. They would not risk their life to vote like that. And if they are, then okay, few and far between, and hold them accountable. Registering to vote provides a hindrance that I think that everyone who is a citizen already should already be automatically enrolled and registered to vote. But here's the thing, Republicans don't like that because when everyone is registered to vote, when more people are registered, more people vote Democratic. That's how Republicans are forced to win elections. They thrive when there is voter suppression. When there's lower turnout in an election, Republicans have a higher chance of winning. It's scientifically proven. I could do a whole live stream specifically talking about that. And I'm saying this like that's not me trying to put out an opinion. That's just an objective scientific thing. When less people vote in an election, there's more likely of a Republican victory. It's just a thing. So he was talking about that during his speech here. Now, what was also really funny is Fox News captured President Donald Trump watching Fox News cover him on Saturday night as he prepared to give his 4th of July speech in Washington, D.C. So I want to play this video for you. I'm not surprised.
There's the president. Oh, there he is. Okay. Getting ready. Maybe he can wave to us. He's got Fox on. Oh, we see you. Do you know where that is,
Mr. President, are you
Where
watching?
is that, guys?
Yeah, there's Wall. Yeah, they look like
they're on a little delay. They're on a little delay on the TV. We just showed the magnetometers, so maybe he'll see us and give us a little wave. Anyway.
You know, as we're watching these people come in, they've got the music playing. This really is a beautiful show. And when you look at the layout and all of the musical acts, and I don't know anybody who's left. You know, they have stayed here and Big and Rich, and we heard, of course, from Chris Blue and Jason Crabb inside the match.
So they were like, hey, Mr. President, wave at us. Oh, I guess it's on a delay. I mean, I'm not surprised. There are reports that Donald Trump watches Fox just to see what they're saying about him. And of course, Donald Trump will, try to shame someone in the court of public opinion by going on Truth Social and ranting about them or praising them. So, Trump uses his power, flexes it as president to try and steer public opinion. You could argue that's something that he actually does well. He watches Fox and see what they're saying about him. He also, if you all remember back, on Friday, was it? I did a deep dive into his finances. He's invested in Fox News. Like Donald Trump has so many different investments in so many different places, particularly cryptocurrency is a really big one. Real estate, of course, oil and gas, but he's also invested in Fox News. So he watches Fox News all the time, just to see if they're licking his boots enough. So I just find that funny. Now, there were people that posted about him watching Fox News of himself. Hold on. I want to get to this here. So this was funny. Oh. Oh, that's so good. So yeah, Trump was watching. I just found this. Trump watching himself on Fox News last night. That's astounding. He's like, oh my God, wait, that's me. That's funny. That's funny. Make sure to send some likes, y'all, if you're appreciating the live stream. But also, another fun video. Apparently, Donald Trump has fallen asleep at his own Freedom 250 celebration. I mean, the man's old. Of course he's going to fall asleep. He falls asleep all the time. Yet, he has the audacity to then try to call his opponent Sleepy Joe. I just find that astounding. I find it astounding. I mean, the projection is so real at this point. Another couple things. Donald Trump was trying to claim different things about his crowd size, as I was alluding to earlier. On Sunday, Donald Trump revised his initial claim that 375,000 people gathered for the America 250 celebration on the National Mall before the crowd was forced to evacuate due to weather. Quote, "We're here, we're here, we're here. There's no way we can be deterred. They estimated, where are my hands? They estimated we had 375,000 people before everyone had to leave. Now we have 150,000 people." Sorry, excuse me. "It's the craziest thing anyone has ever seen," Trump said during his speech that began 11 p.m. Saturday. Trump revised that number upward on Truth Social's Sunday afternoon. The crowd at 7:05 in the evening was 422,000 people. All were forced to leave because of the weather. The event was canceled and everyone was gone because of the lightning, Trump wrote. He continued, "When I heard the event was canceled, I immediately overturned that decision. I said, no, that's woke, communist, Marxist, socialist, woke crap. We can't have that. I immediately overturned that decision and waited a while for people to come back. Incredibly, at least 150,000 people returned, and it was even more spectacular evening than it would have been as normalized. It showed work under pressure. Congratulations to the Secret Service and law enforcement on being able to get so many people back into the arena in such a rapid fashion. It was an amazing evening that made more spectacular by the fact that immediately after the great fireworks ended, the rains came down full blast." So, I am not sure how many people were in attendance, to be clear. Trump, of course, is claiming, that he has a lot more people. Here's the thing. Trump tells the truth literally 0% of the time. So do I believe him? No. No. When you have a liar that's finally saying like, "Oh, you should believe me," I'm not going to believe you. Truth be told, I don't know how many people were there. Newsweek reported there is no independent evidence coming from the president's figures, adding that even if his initial figures were correct, the crowd would have been still smaller than the one gathered at the Bicentennial 1796, which the New York Times at the time reported being 500,000 people strong during the traditional parade only. So crowd size has always been important to Trump, who has exaggerated those numbers in the past. During last week's Great American State Fair in the National Mall, Trump crowed at the incredible crowds that flocked to D.C. So, yeah. Do I believe Trump? No. No. There's another thing that I want to point out at the Great American State Fair, but I'm going to save that for the next video. So if you've enjoyed this video or the part of the live stream so far, please make sure to like and subscribe and click the bell for notifications. You all are amazing. I'm going to clip this so that we can put it in a video, and I'm going to move on to the next segment here. Okay. So, oh my God. Let me get to that here. So one of the last things that I want to, hold on. So one of the last things that I want to cover in regarding the Great American State Fair is this here, okay? So of course, the weather was really, really bad. Torrential downpours, there was excessive heat, there was thunderstorms, lightning. People were being told to evacuate from the National Mall in the Great American State Fair. I'm sorry, let me scroll and show you what that looked like. There were even National Guard troops that were coming in, flipping over the tables because they were trying to evacuate people. There was mass confusion, whether people had to evacuate or was this, a choice or a recommendation. All over the place, people were going different directions. Like, where do we go? I mean, it's like herding cats. It was bad. Nevertheless, a lot of people were a little bit frustrated, but they ended up having to seek shelter because of torrential downpours like this. So that just stifled attendance, wasn't great. Now, Mother Nature understood the assignment, is what Christopher Webb said here, which I also found funny because there were a couple different places to seek shelter. There was, I think, the Ronald Reagan Building, but there was also the African American Museum was another place where they could seek shelter. Wait, so not only did the storm hit their DC event, but they had to seek shelter in an African American museum. Oh Lord, Mother Nature coming for these mother effers. I feel like that's also a really good metaphor for America is, of course, you know, a lot of people who are Trumpers, and I covered earlier that a big white nationalist Patriot Front march movement simultaneously was there in DC for America 250. I mean, I showed you that video earlier. And it's just funny how they have, out of all the places they have to take refuge, it is in an African American history museum. I feel like this is just so on the nose for America. Whenever white people do something really, really disastrous, it ends up being POCs that then have to like garner and wrangle people in. Now, that's my opinion. That's my analysis. You don't have to agree with that. But it's always like it just seems too on the nose. It seems too on the nose. That's just my general feeling. Contrary to popular belief, Republicans don't hate African Americans. Not all of them, but some do. And I will point out that earlier in the live stream, simultaneously, I apologize to visually sensitive viewers. Give me a second. You also had white nationalists descending upon Freedom 250 and the whole celebration, wearing masks and having Confederate flags and that kind of crap, like this dude I showed earlier. Patriot Front coming to, express they want an all-white country. I talked about that early in the live stream. Go and view that video. Nevertheless, they had to take shelter in this African American museum, which I found astounding. I found it astounding. Sorry, give me a second. So let's read and see if any of these comments are cooking. Wonder if any of them learned anything while they were there. That's funny. Oh yeah, we liberals control the weather. Yeah, so there are these right-wing conspiracies that somehow liberals control the weather. So yeah, this was one of our stunts. This is one of our stunts for you to get to know African American history, to learn all about Coretta Scott King and all these people. Or Frederick Douglass. Like, yes, it appears Frederick Douglass, the guy Trump once said was doing great things, was there as well. It is not the light that we need, but the fire. It is not the gentle shower, but the thunder. We need the storm, the whirlwind, and the earthquake. I don't know what that was in context of. Oh, Noah, the absolute irony of African American Museum keeping them safe and secure is just too funny. That moment when you witness karma, but it's in full glorious splendor. Yeah. Irony can be pretty ironic sometimes. Yeah. So I found that to be kind of funny how they had to take shelter. There were a couple different places they could do it, but this is one of the videos. I mean, you can see everyone, people on the floor. I'm sure those restrooms were used a lot. Probably people exhausted, or people laying down, people probably thirsty, wanting water, wanting food. I mean, it was loud. People just camping out on the ground, yeah. So, anyway. Also, I found funny, when they were told to evacuate, several hundred people have refused to leave the National Mall despite an order to evacuate because of severe inclement weather. Some are even arguing with Secret Circus agents. At one point, a crowd of people began running back toward the stage. Oh my God. An officer is sternly repeating the order over a bullhorn, and the crowd is booing. Oh my God. So these people were like, yeah, we don't want to go inside. Let us get rained on. Let us get struck by thunder. Many people began chanting, USA, USA, like that somehow, I don't know, like what? A federal law enforcement officer is trying to assure people that the event had not been canceled. One man walking by, I can't English. One man walking by blamed the situation on liberals in the weather service. Oh my God. These people really think liberals control the weather. Okay, if liberals control the weather, then why would climate change be a thing? We would get rid of the threat of climate change. Like, oh, if liberals controlled the weather, then why are we so concerned with how the weather functions? Like, and trying to go towards a green renewable future. Oh my God. Adding, I think this is baloney. Notice that I think. It's all about feelings. It is a chaotic scene on the National Mall. Several hundred people have refused to leave despite an order to evacuate because of severe inclement weather. Now, there's one other part of this whole National Mall Freedom 250 4th of July celebration that I found really astounding. Okay. There were, of course, performances and, people on stage that were the entertainment. There was one moment where there was a song that came on, and it's very peculiar that this song came on. Very on the nose that people had to take shelter in the Museum of African American History here, okay? Because there was a song that came on by this group. Do we know, slash, I hope people know, Earth, Wind, and Fire is a group that is not white. So white performers performing songs by a black artist for a white audience that hates Juneteenth, Black History Month, and don't want us to vote. Now that's irony. And that is, I shouldn't have to explain it out here, but like the fact that they're singing this it's not problematic in my view that these white people are singing the song. It is all the other things that come along with it. MAGA does not think that Juneteenth should be a national holiday. MAGA complains that of woke politics and DEI every single time there is Pride Month or Black History Month. They complain about the equal rights and recognition, not even just equality, but equity that is needed to then fully recognize everyone in America as truly free and equal with opportunity. And see, it's rich because the white people that are a part of MAGA always get so mad at identity politics of anyone that isn't white and Christian. For them to be performing this song by a black group, by black artists, which I mean, it's objectively a really good song. Like it's a good song. But it's so on the nose. It's so ironic. Do these people, do they not realize? For those people who do not know, the first cowboys were black. Ranch dressing was actually a substance created by a black cowboy. So it's just, the irony is just so strong. This is why people talk about cultural appropriation as a problem. Anyway. I mean, she was singing it well. Well, maybe not. That last part was kind of bad. But let's see what the comments have to say. Wow, there's a lot of copium in the chat here. There's a lot of copium in the chat here. Yeah, seriously. It sounded good for a second, but wow, there's a lot of really nasty comments there. That's just sad. That's just sad. The irony of white people performing songs by black artists for a crowd of racists is wild. Thought black music and culture was ghetto. Yeah. And so I found that to be like the cherry on top, that the fact that irony strikes again at the Freedom 250 event of the songs they chose to sing, MAGA chose a DEI song. So is this woke indoctrination? Is this woke indoctrination? All I heard was raisins and no potato salad and no seasoning. Oh my God. Oh, sensitive content. Anyway, that was one of the last things I wanted to talk about in this July 4th extravaganza. So anyway, let me clip that there. It's just insane. It's just insane. How many people we got in here? 115. Y'all are incredible. Y'all are incredible. Okay. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a second. I'm just gonna make this into a small little video here. Okay. So, there are a couple of videos that I found this morning just scrolling through. This is the last part of the live stream that are just so emblematic of America and the craziness of this country that I have to at least share it. Of course, honorable mention, I saw this. You know, all these MAGA people are like, yeah, Trump doesn't take a salary. Give him credit. Okay, I do give him a credit that he does give him credit that he did not take a $400,000 salary. But do you realize that he is profiting billions of dollars from his position as president? He deregulates cryptocurrency, launches his own crypto venture, has all the licensing for it, and people buy up all these coins and everything, and he makes so much money while in office. Not only because of that, but also all of his crypto and oil investments and his oil and gas and real estate, all of that, using the office to personally profit. $400 million plane being granted without the consent of Congress, and every single time that he goes and stays at his properties, and the Secret Service goes to stay there, it is the government basically paying the Trump organization in order to then stay there. It is classic pure corruption. And using the office of the presidency in order to then garner and push along business deals like you see with Trump Jr., Eric Trump, and of course the corruption with prediction markets. Anyway, it's just astounding. But nevertheless, I hear he doesn't take a salary, yet making billions of dollars while in office. Of course, it's very American. But I want to talk about this here, okay? This video, so this is just so American in the insane part of America. Jesus, MAGA is a parody reincarnation of Russia, okay? Let me play this video. It's only 14 seconds, so it's really short. Yeah, that man dead. That man fully dead. Now, truth be told, I do not know. When you land, like the way he landed, let me play that one more time. I'm gonna zoom in here. The way he landed on his head like that, I'm sure he broke his neck. Ouch. I mean, yikes. I mean, if I just rewind that, he fell. Ow. Like, your neck is good. He's got to be broken. Ow. And also, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Driving a tank over a car? Is this what people think is good? What does this say? Oh, that's probably a Trump flag. Why am I not surprised? Oh, it says Trinity. Oh, Trinity. It has the same font as the Trump flag. So, wait a second. Trinity, like the Holy Trinity, like religious. yet they're driving a tank. Jesus believed in nonviolence, peace, peace and nonviolence, yet they're driving a big mechanical vehicle, a big tank. Like, these people, do they not realize they are living contradictions of their beliefs? They're supposedly Christian, yet they're operating this weapon of war. Cursing ain't Christian either. Also, who is screaming like that at the beginning? Listen, I'm sorry. Let me just look at the comments here. Like, what is going on in this video? But there's a difference. If the dude became a flatnik in America, his family would literally have access to the meaningful legal recourse, wherein is Russia, not so much. Hold on. Yes, there's another way to sneer down at people you've already dehumanized since we were doing so well. Wait a minute. Hold on. Reporting this video is dehumanizing them? Is that what this person is saying? So me showing the video and saying that this is not a good idea is dehumanizing them. Meanwhile, the all white group that is trying to create a white ethno state like Patriot Front that I showed earlier in the live stream, yeah, they're not dehumanizing. Yikes. Dude falls 5 feet, so his head and neck fold under the weight of his 250-pound body. The first dude to go get him, like, get up, get on your feet. Oh my god. Americans are done with MAGA? That's interesting. I hope so. I mean, MAGA is literally just a ruse to benefit Donald Trump. Like, that's all it was. That's all it's been. It's all that it ever has been. MAGA, you've been taken advantage of by a billionaire who fed on your racism, sexism, homophobia in order to amass more power and more wealth for himself. He lied to you. And he used your inherent xenophobic beliefs as a conduit to amass power. That's what MAGA has done. I would know. I was raised as a Republican MAGA person. Also, criticizing America is one of the most American things you can do. Anyway, so I saw that video and I was like, wow, yeah, that's pretty quintessential America. Now, the next video I also want to show you is pretty quintessential America as well. Okay, are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? How many people we got in here? 82. Y'all are awesome. Okay, let's end the live stream well, or let's end the live stream on a really high note. Y'all make sure to send some likes. This next video is, oh my god. Okay. So I also saw. Oh, quick little honorable mention. Caulk is visibly oozing at the columns at the Arc de Trump at the Great American State Fair. Yikes. That heat, I'm surprised. I'm not surprised that it's doing that. I'm surprised that it's held up that well, though, considering how much it was put together, like, haphazardly. So, interesting. Melania equals beautiful. Michelle equals handsome. What? As long as people like this exist, there will never be middle ground. Grown men acting like this is just an embarrassment. What are they trying to say? Melania equals beautiful. Michelle equals handsome. A grown man literally decided to put this on a sign. The idea didn't stop him. The materials, he went out supposedly to get the materials or had them in his house and thought this would be a good thing. Like, there's no one stopping him. Melania equals beautiful. Michelle equals handsome. I'm assuming Melania Trump, Michelle Obama is what I'm assuming. Melania equals beautiful. Michelle equals handsome? Are they trying to say that beautiful is a gendered term for women, handsome is a gendered term for men? So they're trying to say that Michelle Obama is a man again. What are they doing? Like, for what reason? What purpose? How does this benefit anyone in America? They're like, "Oh, it's the trolling. We're stress testing the First Amendment." But here's the thing, the First Amendment to do what? To be nasty, provocative, drama-seeking? Like, what purpose does this grown-ass man have to then be having a sign like this? No one stopped him. He went out with this sign proudly to share this. Like, what are you doing with your life? You could be solving world hunger. You could be, I don't know, contributing. You could do so many other things. Why do you feel the need? Like, write a meaningful message. What are you doing with your time? Minding your own business is free. Another honorable mention before I get to the next video, which is even crazier. I really liked what Miley Cyrus had to say here.
It's not a party in the USA if we don't have equality, unity, justice, compassion, kindness, opportunity, healthcare, education, nonviolence. So fuck yeah, it will be a party in the USA. We'll see it. And if we all fucking come together, we'll fucking make sure that it is. It's not a party in the USA.
Facts. I love that. This is also another really good video. I might as well do it here before I get to the crazy video that I want to show you. I really liked what this pastor had to say here because I thought this was really good. Okay.
There has never been a Christian nation. You don't live in one now. We had godly people get on boats and come over here so they could worship. Godly people. We've had the greatest Bible preachers in the 15, 16, 1700s. Godly people. Some of the people that constructed this country, godly people. But it has never been a Christian nation and never will be. A Christian nation would never have killed and displaced 20 million Native Americans who are still left out and living in poverty. A Christian nation would never have thought that owning slaves was pleasing to God, or that it lined up with Scripture in any way, shape, or size. And we not only practiced it, but we were so obsessed with it that we went to war about it. We had a civil war. And in that civil war, 500,000 Americans died. That's more than Americans that died in World War II or any other war we've ever had. Our own Civil War, we killed 500,000 of our own people so people could have the right to own other people as property.
So, with it being America's 250th birthday, I found that as a good honorable mention. That was in Charlotte, North Carolina. I don't know when this was, but I really liked what this person had to say because, while we're reflecting upon our history, it's not always been cheerful and rosy. It hasn't been. It's actually been full of a lot of contradictions, lofty promises, but failed execution. It's important for us to know this. I strive to live in an America that lives up to its promise. I don't remember who said that, but I think that's a really good way to go about it. In my view, it's important for every single person to contribute to that vision. And if you are someone that wants to live in an America that excludes other people, or your belief system, your ideology is based on dehumanizing other people instead of giving everyone the equality, the equity, the recognition that they deserve, then what are you doing? What are you doing? Anyway, let me get to the really funny video. I believe, oh, okay, this is it. It has 4.2 million views. Okay, this is so,
There's never been
sorry, this is so emblematic of America right now, okay? And this video, oh my God, it's astounding. All right. Also, I find it hilarious how this person's name is Terrible because this was a terrible disaster. Okay, so uh-oh, we might have a new contender for best 4th of July fireworks video. Watch. Let me zoom in here just a little bit more. Oh God.
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen.
Wait a second. I don't know if you all are seeing what I'm seeing here. Okay? Are you all seeing what I'm seeing? Are you all seeing what I'm seeing? Okay, just boom, 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 boom. While he's standing like that. Oh my God, it is so good. Oh, but this isn't even the best part. Like, let me see if I can freeze it on a certain frame. You're like, oh, Scott, you have your mind in the gutter. I know, okay? But like, look at this. This man is just standing there like this. Like, right in front of it. It's like going squirt, squirt, squirt. Oh God. Okay, it gets worse. So it falls over. This is why you always get a permit before you set off fireworks. It's why you always get a permit. Because it's dangerous. Now it's hitting the house. Now it's full on. So it fell over. It fell over and started. So you'll see the arrow comes in. So he's shooting it off through his PENIS. Then it falls over and it starts hitting the trees over here. Whatever fire pit they have. I mean, it looks pretty. And then all of a sudden it starts turning. And now it's hitting the house. Yikes. Oh, fireworks disasters. I hope no one got hurt. I truly do. But yeah, let's watch it all the way through one more time. Fireworks. Fireworks, man. Fireworks. It looks like he's shooting it from his dick. Yeah, and then it falls over, and then it starts shooting the tree or the fire pit or whatever is over there. She goes, oh. I mean, it's pretty, but it's pretty much of a disaster. Then it starts hitting the house. I hope nothing catches on fire. Oh my God, let's see what the comments have to say. Hold on. Not sure whose reaction to suddenly taking indirect fire. Oh my God, wait, what? I like the best. Grandma and Grandpa's sheer expression of terror or the grandson's look of pure delight. Look at his face. Oh no. Oh no. And the grandson's like, hell yeah. That's funny. This video is from Instagram/Facebook, and this is my dad. We would love some type of credit. Yeah. So Tatum Aylin. Yeah, absolutely. I just video shared it from another account that had uploaded it, but I'll gladly make sure you're credited. Yeah. And remember, kids, don't play with fireworks. Let the adults who've been drinking all day set them off. Facts. Facts. Can't breathe. Yeah, dude. Hard to beat this one from last year. Oh no. Okay, I haven't watched this one. What's this one? Oh goodness. Oh. Oh. For a second, I was like, why is this video so good? Why did it go viral like halfway through? And then that, oh my God, wait, hold on. Hold on. What exactly happened here? Okay, so it exploded there. I guess one exploded over here. Maybe this is where they store all of them? Oh no. Oh shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, wait, hold on. I gotta watch this one more time. Have y'all seen this? Y'all are just arguing in the chat here. Oh my God, I'm like. They got the little baby. Oh, damn. I wonder if the fire department has like. I bet they get really busy from people setting off fireworks without getting permits and like all of that stuff. I wonder if there are people that get arrested for setting off fireworks like, without permission. What's this? Terry will always reign supreme. Terry, put it in reverse. Terry, what are you doing, Terry? Oh no. Reverse it, Terry. Put it in reverse. Oh Lord, Lord, crazy. Oh Lord. Oh. What are you doing, Terry? Oh my God. Okay, well, that's the last video that I have to show you all today, and that's the last thing I'm going to cover content-wise. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. You all are amazing. If you've enjoyed this broadcast, please make sure to smash that subscribe button. It means a lot. Y'all are incredible and amazing. Happy belated 4th to everyone. While we're in this moment of American history reflecting upon the 250th birthday, I encourage people to really reflect upon all the benefits and negatives, all the positives and now downsides of American history. Okay. And think about what we can all do to live in a better country. Elevate the rights of everyone, not have an ideology based on dehumanization, fostering love, critical thinking, and empathy, and centering that in your political views. So I appreciate every single one of you. You all are amazing. I'm going to skedaddle. It has been a lovely morning with you all. I love all of you so much. Please go and check out my latest content. I'm going through and editing videos right now about Supreme Court cases that recently happened. So definitely go and check those out. You can also find me on TikTok, but I'm more here. I appreciate all of you so much. Shout out to my amazing moderators in here. Y'all are incredible. I cannot do any of this without Akicha, Elisa, Ellie, and good friends in here, C-Bar, Jay Harrison. Y'all are amazing. I love all of you so much. Please go and check out my latest content. I would love to get to know you all a little bit more. Ooh, voice crack. And just remember that you are beautiful, you are loved, you are valid, you are strong, and you are fierce. Don't let anyone or anything or any algorithm ever, 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 ever dim your shine. I love all of you so much. Bye.